So maybe through all of these recent videos, you're wondering what has happened to Justin? Why does it sound like the universe is speaking directly through him? It's because it is. We all have universal consciousness within us, and we can allow it to speak through us more clearly in a more direct way where we don't think about things. We just allow them to communicate directly through the chakra system from root to crown. It's a flow. And through this, we can communicate more profound and meaningful things without all the garbage, the shit, the blurriness of lies that we're hiding things from ourselves. And so a lot of people, when they communicate, you can tell they're just fucking talking shit. And what can you do about this? This is also the universe speaking to itself, but just in a less clear way. Through the lies, it speaks to itself. So you can see that when someone is avoiding the topic, is avoiding getting to what it actually is that is bothering them, what is actually the subject, that they are avoiding it, they're avoiding themselves, and this shows you something about them. You can, even if they want to lie to you, when you're clear, you see through the lies. And to be clear, you need to let go of the lies, of the dependence, of the addiction, of thinking you need anyone or anything. And so I had to learn this multiple times recently over the past couple of months. Since September, I realized that, even before that, I realized I needed to stop smoking, and cannabis and ceremonial tobacco is what I was smoking. And in the end, I needed to let it go. And around September, I started taking the steps to quit smoking cannabis and ceremonial tobacco. The reason I smoke these two herbs together is because cannabis is the sacred feminine spirit, and tobacco, ceremonial tobacco, which is the ancestral form of tobacco before it was modified by the big industry, this is the divine masculine spirit. And so when you cross them both, there is some kind of synergy that occurs, there is a balance that occurs, balancing the duals. And so to me, over the past 4 or 5 years, I had been smoking cannabis with ceremonial tobacco and not just cannabis alone. For the past 7 years, without stopping, I had been smoking cannabis pretty much daily. Maybe I took a 1-day break, but for the most part, I don't even think I could do that multiple times a day. I had to smoke cannabis. That's just the way my life had become. That was dependence. And so by wanting to let go of cannabis and by taking the steps, the universe sent me a projection of my own self-love, of my own will to love myself. It sent me the first woman I had met that I would say that I loved in 7 years. And in the end, within just a few months, I had to let her go as well. But she helped me see that I did not want to smoke, and that it wasn't making me feel good, that it wasn't allowing me to love, it wasn't allowing me to express, it wasn't allowing me to cry. And so when I would smoke cannabis and hug this girl I met, I couldn't feel it, like my heart wasn't connecting. But when it had been hours since I smoked cannabis and I hugged her, I could feel the love. I could feel that I actually had something inside of me that was connecting with her. And so this allowed me to stop smoking 100%. And in the end, I saw that she was lying to me, I was lying to her, that things just weren't working out. And so I had to eat a little bit more than a microdose. I don't even think I ate a gram, but with the intention to see what was happening. And it showed me that she was lying to me in a very deep way. And it was a reflection of me still lying to myself, being self-abusive in a very deep way. And so in this very intense mushroom experience, I let everything go. My mom was there with me, and I told her my deepest, darkest secrets, and I let it all go. I let all of the lies, all the things that were bothering me on the deepest level, I let them go in that moment. And I realized that everyone, all of my friends, everyone I had been with, they were all lying to me. I was lying to them, or there was a lack of honesty. And through all of this, I came out saying no more fucking lies, no more fucking lies. I don't need anyone. I don't need anything. I'm hopping in the UFO and I'm going to Pluto. And so this is where the concept of Plutonian came in. And if you're not aware, in the Hare Krishna religion, or the way that they conceptualize reality, is that this soul that we have inside of us is here on earth learning. And if it learns everything and transcends everything there is to learn on this earth, it will go to higher realms, which are the planets. And so the idea that there's outer space, that these are planets that we can send a probe to and physically go to, maybe that's not true. Maybe these are things that we can only go to spiritually with our soul once we've learned everything there is to learn on this earth. It's another way to perceive it. Because really, have you been to outer space? I haven't. In my mind, maybe. But physically, I have not been. And there's no way I can go. I don't have access to the NASA or SpaceX shuttles. And so I need to accept that maybe they lied to me about it. Maybe I lied to myself about it. Maybe I didn't see things clearly. And so if your soul transcends to the highest levels, if it learns everything there is to learn at the highest levels, it goes all the way to Pluto. That's the highest level. So this is where Plutonian came from. I'm going to Pluto. And so recently I found this wild mushroom that I thought was Agaricus campestre, but it does not have the veil ring where the veil breaks off. And I did a little bit of research yesterday, and as far as I'm aware, the Latin name for this genus is Pluteus. like it came from Pluto. And so I already ate it a couple weeks ago. I put 3 of them in a soup yesterday, and I found another one today. This is Pluteus. It's my Pluto mushroom. The universe sent it to me because I am Plutonian. All right. And these are some other mushrooms I've been eating recently, because in the end, I had to leave behind cannabis and smoking and ceremonial tobacco. I had to leave behind the girl, the first one in 7 years. Crazy that I just let her go. I needed to. And then I was eating magic mushrooms every day to help with my expression, to help with my conscious development, to help me stay away from going back to cannabis. And then I felt so confident that there's no way I wanted to smoke. There's no way I wanted to fall back into addiction and dependence and self-abuse. And then I realized I'm using mushrooms every day, but I don't need them. I really don't. And the mushrooms themselves are saying, no, you don't need mushrooms either. So I stopped eating mushrooms. And I did for a few days, and then I went back to eating them. And now it's been about a week again that I haven't eaten them. And I've just been eating wild mushrooms. Really what it is that we need connection to everything. So this one looks like Psilocybis melanciata. I'm not sure if it is. This one is Paniolus. Paniolus. I've been eating these raw in salads. I've been putting them in soups, along with the Pluteus, along with bolete mushrooms that I find around here. And so I have access to everything. These are free, they grow in nature. I don't need to spend a lot of money on them like I do with magic mushrooms. And they make me feel just as connected. They allow my expression to flow. I've still been writing awesome poetry. I've still been creating things that are outside of this world, things that money can't buy. And that's really the most important thing for me now, that we need to create, we need to become creators. The spirit of the creator is within us. The creative spirit of the universe is within us, if you want to look at it like that. If you don't want to think of it as God, you can think of it however you want, as God, as nature, as the universe, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel that connection. And so I am just trying to channel this creative spirit because I spent so many years consuming in this self-abusive, addictive lifestyle that now it's time to create otherworldly things and go all the way to Pluto when I'm ready.